king of nothing, and you are my thrill. I am the leader of no one, and you are my thrill. I am the king of nothing, and you are my thrill. I am the leader of no one, and you are my thrill.
Oh, yeah. Soapbox Arson with King of Nothing. And a killer little interview with Dave Stevenson, guitar player from Soapbox Arson. Hell yeah, had a good time with all of them hanging out there at the cave and jamming out. And we're going to keep this Soapbox Arson Love Fest going because I want to get it all in. So I have to keep spreading this out over a bunch of different shows. So I hope you're a Soapbox Arson fan if you're listening to the show. Because next up, we got the interview with Josh, singer from Soapbox Arson. But as you see, we found out from Steve that he thinks Byron is gay. And you'll find out from Josh and Byron who they think is gay. You also find out that Dave Stevenson thinks he's better than everybody else in the band. See, we're hard-hitting here at Red Local Rock Show, man. We get the stuff out. Now, but they are a kick-ass band. And that's why I showed up at the cave, check them out, and hang out with them and drink a couple beers, do that little interview. Like I said, that was all off the cuff. Like you couldn't tell. But it was all off the cuff. Excuse me. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and play my part 2 of the interview with Soapbox Arson with Josh, the lead singer from Soapbox Arson. How many times can I say Soapbox Arson in 1 minute? You heard King of Nothing from Soapbox Arson before this. You're going to hear a live song from Soapbox Arson after the Josh interview. Yeah. Let's just start the shit now, okay? Shall we? All right. So everybody, this is Rev's Local Rock Show. You know what the fuck we do here. We kick ass and take names. We're down here at the cave in Chapel Hill. Yes, that's right. I said Chapel Hill. I know you never thought Rev would be here in Chapel Hill. Why? Because we don't do folky shit, right? No, we sure don't. But we're here listening to some straight up, hardcore, in-your-face rock and roll. You know how much I love that. And you know how much I love this band. We're sitting here with, hold on. I've been calling him the wrong name for 20 minutes, fucking with him. Josh, the lead singer for Soapbox Arson, and you are new.
I am the new guy. I'm Byron. I'm the new bass player of Soapbox Arson.
Right, awesome. Cool deal. Guys, well, I appreciate you sitting down with me for these couple minutes. I know you got to go on in about 10 minutes. You're a busy band.
Yes.
First thing I want to know. I asked Steve. I mean, Dave. Who's Steve? Who the fuck is Steve? Who the fuck is Steve? I asked Dave. Soapbox Arson. What is that name? What's that name mean to you? Why is Soapbox Arson the name?
Okay.
I'm just curious about it because it's a cool name. I don't get it.
I guess I had a whole bunch of names, and I was like, when we were coming up with names, I would literally write lists and send it to everybody. And one night I had this idea of soap, a soapbox. The idea of somebody getting on a platform and preaching their opinions and ideas and shit, and especially in the climate of where we're at right now with society, it's fuck your opinions and fuck whatever you're preaching about, and is the idea of coming out just burning the soapbox down, fuck all that shit, fuck all your opinions and what you think's important, that's just what it was. And I think everybody has their own opinion now and kind of has their own idea what they think it is, but I think initially that's where I was coming at it from.
I like you a little more because that was a cool explanation, man. That was really cool. What's it like being a new guy?
Oh, it's been a wild ride. It's been busy, wide open ever since I started. It's been a great time. Having a killer time. I mean, opening for huge bands, traveling all over, playing music. I'm just loving it.
Where are you coming from? Where do they steal you from?
Well, I'm out of Fayetteville.
Okay, one of my favorite places to play. And
Originally from up north, though.
Yeah, well, yeah. I grew up in upstate New York. Joined the Army back when I was
Fellow
young.
Yankees.
And,
I like him better than you.
Yeah, that's cool.
I was 17 and I joined the Army. I got out of there, and I've been in Fayetteville for about 16 years now.
Cool deal. Cool deal. Well, I know I got to say, I know Soapbox Arson through Dave. And there's very few bands I can say are some of my favorite local bands. Soapbox Arson is definitely one of my favorite local bands. You have a cool style. It's kind of a mix of just straight up rock with a new modern hard rock twist to it. I guess the best way I can put it. Well, it's got a groove. Anything with a groove, Rev likes. You guys have a groove, and I really like that. Is that something? Is that your style that you've always been involved in? What's your main influence as a singer? I'm asking you as a singer. I'm curious.
I guess some of my main influence, or at least some of the bands got me into music. Like early on, I was into music to my dad and them. Guns N' Roses and shit like that. But then when I started coming to my own, I kind of grew up in the '90s anyway. So like as soon as the first time I heard Tool and like fucking Rage Against the Machine and the very first band I was ever in, I didn't even know what the fuck I was doing, and somebody heard me sing to the radio, like, oh, you might be able to be in a band, and I joined this band, and this band really wanted to sound like going for like a Rage Against the Machine sound. So I like went out and bought all the shit, and I was like, okay, well let me try to do this, and then like I heard Seven Dust, and like they just completely like turned me on to like really wanting to do it, man.
Okay, I got it now. All right. So see, right when you said Seven Dust,
that's Seven Dust, Maynard, and fucking Lane Staley, like vocals.
Yeah, I know Lane was always a big influence for myself also. You guys just got off a big show
right.
with one of my favorite bands anyway. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
What was that like?
Dude, it was awesome. It was so awesome. It was crazy. Like we didn't have time. It's like we didn't even have time to like be nervous, or even be excited because we heard about it like 3 o'clock the day before or 5 o'clock the day before. Then we had to play at 8 o'clock the day after, and we didn't even have like time to prepare or think or know anything. And then all of a sudden we're there, we're playing it, and like Chad, Benny, and everybody's like hanging around. Like all of a sudden you got hundreds of damn people like watching, and
awesome.
And then after the show, we signed autographs and like sold shit and like took pictures and like got love from just hundreds of people all fucking night long, like all night long, start to finish.
CDs.
Yeah,
it happened so fast. As soon as it was over, I was just like, wow, did we just?
It's unlocked.
Oh yeah, holy shit, that was crazy.
It's amazing because I was talking to Dave about it, cause having been around the block a few times and played shows like that, people assume you are a touring band.
Oh yeah.
And it's such an awesome
even the
feeling.
second band was like, are you guys doing the next 3 dates with us? We're like,
sure.
No.
yeah,
Are
okay.
you asking?
Yeah, we're done. Yeah, we're on there. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. We're still kind of a little bit high from it. And then, 2 days or that weekend we played a really awesome show in Fayetteville at Rock Shop. Now we're here at the Cave. It's almost like we almost have our mini tour. It's like practice show, day off, practice show. Like so.
You guys are definitely busy, and that's one thing I do respect about you. When I was talking to your guitar player Dave, I was kind of saying, in my opinion, I hate to sound like that old guy. But it seems like the bands aren't working as hard as we'd had to back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Because we didn't have the internet.
No, yeah, we did that
So
too.
we were out there posting flyers. We were going to the clubs. We were, even if we weren't playing, we were out there telling people about the band. And in my opinion, that worked. The internet for promotion, unless you got money to pour into it, does not work.
It's tough.
You need to get out there, in my opinion, and do it, and sell yourself. Yeah, kiss babies and titties and whatever.
About 2 seconds later.
And me and Steven kind of started, like, when we first started Soapbox, like, me and him were out at local shows, like, every weekend. It was a weird time because I have 2 kids and I was kind of being kept from them at the time, so I had every weekend available. Me and him were going out to shows, man, seeing bands, like, talking to them, like, showing up for other people's shows.
It makes a big difference.
And it made a great difference. And I think that's one of the reasons we got so much appreciation and a lot of love from, like, people in the Greensboro scene and some of the local bands, because we were just going out and seeing them and giving them love.
I talk about that on my show all the time. And sometimes I get hate mail.
5 minutes.
Sometimes.
Cool.
We're having an interview. Tell the Cave it's the Rev. We just got interrupted by Dave, because these guys do have to play a show, so we're gonna wrap this up real quick here. But yeah, that to me that's a huge thing. I don't think bands get it, because of the internet, and they would be so smart to figure that out.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't take much.
It doesn't, and I understand. Like I do have a bit, like I have my kids or I'm playing shows.
Everybody's
like,
has,
that's how it is. Work, kids. But any
that.
chance, a lot of kids don't have responsibilities. They're just sitting in the fucking house.
Yeah.
Go out and go to some shows, man. Make some friends, shake some hands. Like it means so much more when you go to a band show and you're not playing just to show them love. Like, dude, you gain respect, you gain contacts, you support your scene, you build your scene. There's nothing bad coming from it. We were just talking about the benefits of going to shows.
Mr. Drummer finally decided to show up. But these guys are getting ready to go on, so we're going to get out of here real quick, but I do got to ask you one last question. The same thing I asked Dave, because he answered it. If anybody was to fall off that vagina train, who's the gayest person in this band? Who would be the first one to go gay?
Oh, Dave. We know. Everybody
knows. That's what Dave said.
He knows.
But that's not what Dave said.
Dave said that Dave
Now, Dave said it.
He probably said Steven.
Dave said you guys would say it. No, he said him.
Oh, he said Byron?
Oh,
nice.
I don't know him so nice.
Oh, the new
I'm
guy.
going to be nice, but now my answer is Dave too. Dave.
There you go. There you go, guys. Byron from the Soapbox Arson is the closest, according to Dave, to fall. Yeah, either Byron or Dave. So there you go. And I know that's a weird question, but that's what we do. So, guys, y'all, this is Soapbox Arson. We're getting ready to hear them jam here live at the Cave in Chapel Hill. I'm going to actually record them live a little bit tonight without their permission, and we'll play it tomorrow at the show.
Sweet.
So, y'all tune in, and, well, I'm telling you to tune in like you're listening live. So, fuck you, and, you'll hear this interview when you hear it.
That motherfucker.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Sweet.
We're Soapbox fucking Arson.
Hell yeah. They had it. Great interview with Josh from Soapbox Arson. What you hear in the background is, wow, son, are my headphones so loud? What the hell? Love this show. Love it. You hear in the background some live music from Soapbox Arson. We're not going to go ahead and play that whole thing, but you can hear it in the background. I sure would have liked to have edited it a little more, get it a little clearer for you, but that's just not the way it happened tonight, or any night on Rev's Local Rock Show. But I really want to thank Dave and Byron, Josh, Mr. Cook, the drummer for Soapbox Arson, for making it an awesome evening of rock and roll and giving me their time so we can do those interviews. So, always gotta love it, man, when those bands come out and do that shit. And don't act all, what do I want to say, shitty? No, that's not the word I'm looking for. I don't know. Doesn't matter, because it was fun. It was a lot of fun. So, I am going to be doing that more often this season. I'm going to be heading out and checking out your band live. You might not know I'm showing up, so be ready for the Rev and my Zoom recorder, because I might be sitting you down and having a just impromptu interview. I think they're the best ones when you don't expect them. You kind of get people to open up a little more, talk about some shit they normally wouldn't talk about. So, yeah. Soapbox Arson, baby. Heck yeah. Glad we got that done. And I'm on time. How awesome is that? We're going to keep this train a rolling with some Winchester Rebels, the West Coast, baby.